when you're working with LinkedIn, this is your basic homepage. It's a little similar to Facebook in the sense that you've got updates coming from your connections here. So you can see I've got people who I'm connected with who've shared things through LinkedIn. Now, if you want to make your own update, you just click in this box up here, and you can go ahead and say, hello, this is my update. If you want to mention a particular person, you use the @ symbol, and then you can start typing in. Now, I have a bunch of connections here. I can choose one of them. It's going to tag that particular person. From there, I can also choose to make a post public, which is going to be available to anybody on LinkedIn. Public plus Twitter will be available to LinkedIn and Twitter, and then connections means that it's only available to people that I'm connected with on LinkedIn. So it's a little bit more private. I can go ahead and I can add a picture. Okay, so I'm not actually going to post this, but if I were, I'd go down here and I would click on the post button. So that's how you would do basic post. I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. Now, if someone actually does post, it's similar to Facebook in that you can choose to like something. So there I am liking this one. You can click here and add a comment to someone's post. You can also click here and choose to share the post, in which case you can then write a message. Again, choose your privacy settings for this particular post and then choose to post it. You can also choose to send it as a message and send this person's post to any of your connections. So that's sort of your basic opening. So that's your home. I'm going to delete that draft. Now from there, you've got a few other options up here in your menu. There's My Network. When you click on that, it's basically just going to give you a list of all of your connections, any invitations that you've received. You can choose to ignore them or accept them. And then also anybody that you might know, which you can then connect with, dismiss it. All right, jobs. This is where you can look for jobs. Pretty basic job search. You can go up here, you can type in professor, look in the greater Boston area, and it's going to show me anything that comes up with that keyword. I can also filter my jobs, so I can look at only professor positions in Boston. So it's a pretty basic job search. From there I can also choose messaging, and this is where you can message your other connections. So I have a message here from LinkedIn Marketing, and they'll be over here to the left. To the right is going to be the actual message. Another option is notifications. And when people request you or they view your profile or somebody has a work anniversary, you're going to see that in notifications. Then finally, your options for more. Now, quite a few of these things are going to cost money. Groups is one of those things that won't. It's a little bit different, but you can choose to join different groups. So I'm in a few. I'm in a social media moms group, travel bloggers, Ithaca College is my undergrad, and this is the Roy H. Park School of Communication. So I can go in here and I can start a conversation with my group. I can see the other members. And it works similarly to the groups in Facebook if you've used Facebook before. So you can see all my different groups. Pending groups are groups that you have requested to join and you're just waiting approval. That's your basic setup for LinkedIn. You click on Me up here, and the first thing you can do is actually view your profile. This is what people are going to see when they're looking at your profile. And generally, depending on your privacy settings, the only people who are going to see this entire profile are people who are connected with you. To change anything, you just go to this pencil symbol right here and you click on it. And so up here I can now change my profile photo, enter in any kind of information. Your headline should be pretty quick, easy, straight to the point. Your current position, usually you pull that right off of your list of jobs below. Your education, if you want to add that in there, you can put your country and zip code, locations within that area, the industry that you work in. Summary is another option, not totally necessary, but something that a lot of people use. It's usually just a quick info about your work history, who you are, what you're doing now, your basic skills. Kind of think of it as your summary that you would put on your resume. Now, what's nice is LinkedIn, like they're yelling at me here because I haven't put a summary in here, but you can see a summary. All right. And what they've done is based on my own accomplishments, they've added a summary for me. Now, your experience, again, this is just like a resume. And so you can have your latest positions, where they were, the years. I've got a little bit more here that are in depth that actually lists out the different things I've done. Okay. Your education, again, is going to be just like you would have on a resume. You enter your school, the years, your degree, that sort of thing. And then here we've got featured skills and endorsements. Okay, so these are things that you're good at, and you can add your own new skill. And what's really cool is that people can then endorse you. So you can see with teaching, all these people have given me an endorsement as a teacher. And the same goes with editing and social media. So it's just a way to kind of show your skills in sort of a bullet point format, but also people who you're connected with can then go say, yeah, actually she is pretty good at that. Recommendations, I've given one. I haven't received any. I also haven't asked. You can ask people to recommend you. So if you click that button, you can put your accomplishments in here. So I have some publications that I've got listed. You can actually see the publication by clicking on it. Okay, so there it is. I've got some awards, projects. There's a film that you can watch that I've done. And it links right to the film. Things that I'm following. Okay, so these are just groups that I'm a part of, pages that I'm following, that sort of thing. So you can see the companies I follow, the groups that I follow, the schools that I follow. And those are all pages specific to those particular types of organizations. Okay. So that's your basic. If you want to make changes to any section, all you have to do is click on the little pencil tool. So for example, I could actually add more information about Middlesex, the description of what I do, that sort of thing. Okay. That's your very, very basic profile. Now, as far as privacy and settings go, again, if you go up to me and you choose privacy and settings, it's going to come in. Now, your account basics is what it brings you to, which is great. I mean, it's nice to have your name and location, industry, your email address, that sort of thing. But where you really want to go to is this center one here for privacy. So you click there, and this is where you can choose your profile privacy. The first thing is edit your public profile. This is how you show up in search engines. So when someone looks for you. So right now, when people search for me on LinkedIn or search for me in a search engine, my LinkedIn will come up, but all they're going to see is this. So very basic, my name, how many connections I have, my tagline right at the beginning of what I do, my general location, and my field. I can choose as I go over here to customize that. I can make it visible to no one, in which case this will come up. I can make it visible to everyone, and then I can choose what to get rid of. So I can get my picture out of there if I want to. I can take my headline out. I can add current positions if I want to. I can do the details, take those away, put my past positions up if I'd like to, any publications, skills, all the way through. So basically, I can choose who's going to see what publicly. So I'm going to save that, and we'll go back to my list here, privacy settings. Now, who can see your connections? Again, this is something that you can decide. So for me, I can have it set to either I can see the people I'm connected to or my other connections can see each other, which I'm fine with. It helps LinkedIn recommend people for you if you have that set that way. Viewers of this profile also viewed. So again, choose whether or not this feature appears when people view your full profile. All that means is that when someone looks at your profile, they'll get a list of other people who viewed your profile have then gone on to view. Sharing profile edits, choose whether your network is notified about profile changes. I have that off. I just don't need people to know every time I change something on my profile. Some people really like it, especially if they're getting a new position. But for me, that's a no. Profile viewing options, so choose whether you're visible or viewing in private mode. So again, if someone's viewing, they can see my name and headline that I viewed them. Now, I can have it so that they only see that someone at University of Massachusetts Lowell or anonymous LinkedIn member comes up when they're looking to see who's viewed them. I really don't mind who's seen that I've looked at their profile. I guess if you're trying to be a little bit under the radar, you could change it to private mode or private profile characteristics. And then notifying connections when you're in the news. Again, that's up to you. Choose whether we notify people in your network that you've been mentioned in an article or blog post. I'm fine with that, so I have it on. Blocking and hiding. So for followers who can see you in your public updates, I have everybody in LinkedIn right now, which is fine. My updates are pretty generic. They're usually links to my blog posts. You can also change it to be a little bit more private so only your connections can see your public updates. Blocking. I'm not blocking anyone, but this is where you can actually block somebody so that they can't see your information. Unfollowed. Anyone you've followed or unfollowed. I haven't unfollowed anybody, but you can see who you've unfollowed and actually start following them again if you want to. Data privacy and advertising. So suggesting you as a connection based on your email address, I'm fine with that. Suggesting you as a connection based on your phone number, again, fine with that. That's if they have my phone number, if they have my email address. Representing an organization. So this is if we can show your profile information on your employer's pages. Again, fine with that. But this is something that you have to think about. Are you okay with that? Sharing data with third parties. Choose if we share your basic profile data with third parties. And I'm actually going to change that to no because I would rather that not be the case. I don't need third parties outside of LinkedIn contacting me and getting my profile data. This also means that, say, a company that collects data like Spokeo or one of these aggregators for personal information, it means they can get your information from LinkedIn and then use it. Advertising preferences. Again, choose whether LinkedIn can use cookies to personalize ads. I don't mind. It's not a big deal. A lot of people do want to opt out of that because they don't want to have cookies on their computer. I go on LinkedIn so rarely, it's not really a big deal for me. Then security. This is the two-step verification. This is really nice if you're worried about people getting into your account. And so it means that you do a password and you do a phone number. So if I add a phone number in there, it gives you a code. And what it does is it helps keep your account a little bit more secure. Okay, so that's really it for privacy. There's not a lot you can do. You can definitely lock things down, but it's not quite as lockable as Facebook.